in Luzerne, Schuylkill, Carbon, and Columbia counties. WYLN News starts now.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us on WYLN News. I'm Paula Dagnan. We start in McAdoo tonight, where a man from Wilkes-Barre admitted to lighting his car on fire over the weekend in that Schuylkill County community. Firefighters were called to South Kennedy Drive, just steps away from the fire station, around 4:30 Saturday morning for a car fire. As firefighters arrived on the scene, 22-year-old Wilmer Basilio shouted his guilt out loud as firefighters extinguished the flames. Basilio put his hands up as officers approached, saying, "I did it, officer." Police wrote in court documents, according to a news release. He also brought the borough fire chief that he set the car on fire with a lighter and a fragrance because he wanted to. He was taken into custody and charged with felonies for reckless burning and criminal mischief, a misdemeanor for disorderly conduct, and summary count of dangerous burning. Basilio was taken to jail after failing to post $20,000 bail on Saturday. We told you last week that U.S. Marshals arrested 32-year-old Francis Clark in Philadelphia for a rape in our area. And tonight, we have more details on the case. Clark faces felonies for rape and sexual assault and misdemeanors for unlawful restraint, indecent assault without consent, indecent assault, forcible compulsion, and indecent exposure, all from a November case in Foster Township. Troopers say the 18-year-old victim knew Clark for roughly 3 years, so when he showed up at her home November 16th saying he was homeless and needed a place to stay, she allowed him in. Arrest papers say that night Clark forced himself on the woman. Eventually, she was able to free one of her arms and grabbed him, forcing him to stop. Police say they intercepted a phone call between the two January 4th, and during it, Clark admitted to having sex with her, confirming she told him to stop several times. He was taken to jail after failing to post $50,000 bail. One of the two men accused of killing a man and wounding a woman in a 2018 drug robbery pleaded guilty Monday morning to third-degree murder and aggravated assault. 23-year-old Robert Rodriguez of Plymouth was supposed to stand trial starting Monday, but instead reached a plea deal with prosecutors. Prosecutors said Rodriguez and co-defendant Isaiah Glizzy Jennings entered a home on Hudson Street February 7th of last year and opened fire, fatally shooting 41-year-old Trevor Oliver. Oliver's girlfriend, Ingrid Batista, was struck but survived. Sentencing is set for June 3rd. Jennings' trial is slated to start April 29th. 54-year-old Frederick Stroll, formerly of Tamaqua, now living in Edwardsville, will not spend time in prison for assaulting a cable television worker who came to his residence on a service call. Stroll pleaded guilty to indecent assault, with prosecutors withdrawing a charge of harassment. The judge accepted Stroll's plea, and an agreement between prosecutors and the defendant placed him on probation for 2 years. He was also ordered to pay costs, have no contact with the victim, and undergo a sexual offender evaluation. Also, the judge ruled that Stroll is a Tier 1 offender under Megan's Law and must register with authorities for 15 years. Tamaqua police allege that Stroll grabbed the private area of the worker, a man, in March of 2018 after he had completed a service call at the defendant's residence and was turning around to go back to his truck. A Wilkes-Barre Township man is accused of breaking into his ex-girlfriend's home through a bathroom window and assaulting her on Sunday. Police arrested 24-year-old Dennis Hines on charges of burglary, criminal trespass, simple assault, terroristic threats, and criminal mischief. Police say Hines broke into the home on Lee Park Avenue Sunday, ransacked the place, and attacked his ex-girlfriend when she arrived home about 7:30 Sunday morning. The woman obtained a protection from abuse order against Hines on Monday, claiming she broke up with him 3 years ago because he was abusive. Hines was arraigned on Monday and sent to jail in lieu of $100,000 cash bail. Police in Mahanoy City have now arrested the second suspect in a break-in that happened last week. 26-year-old Douglas Kramer of Mahanoy City was taken into custody at a residence on East Pine Street by police and state police agents. Kramer was wanted on probation violations from state parole as well as Mahanoy City Police from a burglary last week. That landed Devin Abadato in prison, and Kramer fled. He is now currently locked up in state prison. We still don't know what caused a fire Sunday morning in Ashland, and officials say we may never know. Ashland's fire chief, Philip Grudy, said the cause of the blaze remains under investigation. The job of finding the cause of the fire is much more difficult, that due to the amount of damage. The Pennsylvania State Police Fire Marshal's Division is currently working on still trying to find the cause. The American Red Cross Tri-County chapter assisting 4 families, a total of 5 people. Sunday's blaze was the second big fire in Ashland in just over a month. Coming up on WYLN News, there's money coming in for some big projects in our area. Plus, Julia Wiegand takes us to an event in Luzerne County. But first, let's take a look at our 7-day forecast. Clear overnight, the low 20. Tomorrow, some sunshine and a high around 46. Then for Thursday, the clouds move in, showers, and a high of 53. We'll be right back.
I've always been an active guy. One day, I just didn't feel myself. It was my heart. I went to Lehigh Valley Hospital, Pocono. Turns out I had a serious blockage. And within an hour, I was in bypass surgery. My advice? Listen to your heart. If it wasn't for Lehigh Valley Heart Institute, I might not be here today.
You have one heart and one choice when it comes to the best heart care. The hospitals and heart specialists of the Lehigh Valley Heart Institute.
I survived thanks to the Lehigh Valley Heart Institute.
Hey guys, this is Ray Merrill from the new Blaze Alexander of Greater Hazleton. Come on up the mountain. We have Buick, GMC, Cadillac, we got Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram, and Mazda. And we got tons and tons of used cars. Our goal for March, we're gonna sell 150 vehicles out of these 3 locations. Blaze says do whatever it takes, and that's what we're gonna do. If you're in the Greater Hazleton area, or if you hear this or see this commercial, get in your car and come on down. Blaze Alexander of Greater Hazleton. And we do take the deals the other guys won't, guaranteed.
All Care Home Care, providing quality in home care since 1986. Call and see how their team of licensed physical therapists, skilled nurses, speech, and occupational therapists can provide you with exceptional service in the comfort of your own home. They also offer dietitian, home health aide, and medical social worker services. You have a choice in your health care. For safe, friendly, qualified care, call All Care Home Care today and let their team begin taking care of you and your loved ones.
This morning, State Senator John Udechak announced that over $800,000 will be coming to Lower Luzerne County, all thanks to the Luzerne County Local Share Account Program. West Hazleton will receive $225,000 to help with bridge repairs on J.C. Drive in the Valmont Industrial Park. The City of Hazleton will receive $100,000 for Phase 2 development of Hazleton City Center City Park. $47,000 will go for a comprehensive park and recreation plan for the city. $50,000 to help buy a utility truck for the fire department. The city also receiving money for projects at the Castle Auditorium, Hazleton Regional Airport, and for turf and sports netting at its athletic center. Hazel Township will get $79,000 in funding for a feasibility study for the Hazleton Indoor Recreational Facility. The Social Security Administration and its Office of the Inspector General have launched a joint campaign to address a nationwide telephone phone scam. Social Security and the OIG continue to receive reports about fraudulent phone calls from people falsely claiming to be Social Security employees. Calls can even spoof Social Security's National Customer Service number as the incoming number on a caller ID. Some reminders: always be cautious and avoid providing sensitive information such as Social Security number or bank account information to unknown people over the phone or over the internet. And if you think you've been scammed or received a call that you're being asked to contact the OIG fraud hotline, that number on your screen, 800-269-0271, or you can visit them online at oig.ssa.gov/report. Luzerne County community leaders experienced a month in the life of someone below the poverty line today in Wilkes-Barre. WYLN's Julia Wiegand has more on the simulation.
Luzerne County's Mental Health and Developmental Services Department, along with the Cost of Poverty Experience, held a poverty simulation today in Wilkes-Barre at the Woodlands Inn. COPE simulates the real lives of 16 families in Dayton, Ohio and the Kansas City area that worked hard through all the complexities and challenges of poverty. Participants in the event experienced a month in the life of an individual who lives below the poverty line, which is around 14% in Luzerne County.
So the simulation is, it's not a game in a sense. It's really giving dignity and understanding by taking the role of one of these 16 families. And each of the families receives a folder with their scenario and the different things that they need to do. So we have almost every social challenge that there is, and we spend a month in simulated learning how they can go about getting the needs that they need.
The room was set up like a microcosm of Luzerne County, bordered by businesses and organizations that are around to help families, along with the faith community, pawn shops, illegal activity, and more for the intense experience.
We use this as a disturber of the status quo and a springboard for shifting our paradigms to a better understanding of the complexities of poverty. And our hope is that we realize, wow, poverty is it's really about broken relationships, not just in families, but broken relationships in systemically. As well as in the community.
Luzerne County hopes that involvement in the poverty simulation encourages members of the community to collaborate with low-income individuals and families as they work together to address poverty issues.
These are community leaders. These are people from the community who are already working in the community, serving families and children. So this experience, the goal is to help them understand their families better, to be able to serve them better and understand the barriers that come up when you're living in poverty. But also to collaborate, because many of the families and the people that we're here serving, they realized that they didn't know how to help any of their families because they didn't know what anybody else was doing. So that was another part of this, is that we're all leaders in the community and we want to network so that we can better serve.
Tim Shear was a participant from Fellowship Church in Dallas who came into the simulation thinking of it as a game, but said this was definitely more of an eye-opening experience than he thought.
It can be very easy to dismiss the needs. I mean, we do what we can to care for these people, and we do have a compassion for them, but not knowing their stories, it's very easy to dismiss it and think, we've already helped this person out. Why are they coming back? Being in this experience and having gone through it and simulating a family and understanding the bigger picture and what happens within the family dynamic and how people really don't understand the resources that are there, it's helped me just to know what we can do to better serve these people and where to direct them if needed.
Reporting in Wilkes-Barre for WYLN News, I'm Julia Wiegand.
The Wilkes-Barre-Scranton International Airport's 3 major airlines will add more departing flights to their weekday schedules over the next 7 weeks. United Airlines kicking off the service expansion by adding a 3rd departing and arriving daily evening flight to Chicago, March 31st. American Airlines adding 4th departing and arriving flights to Philadelphia Tuesdays and Wednesdays starting April 2nd and 3rd. And in May, American will return to 3 daily flights on weekdays and 2 on Saturdays through May 25th. To find out more about the new flights, check out flyavp.com. This morning, the United Way of Greater Hazleton celebrated its 5-year partnership with the Dolly Parton Imagination Library by providing each kindergarten class in the Hazleton Area School District. The president of the United Way, Pat Ward, kicking off the celebration with reading the 50th anniversary edition of The Very Hungry Caterpillar. The organization is also celebrating for another reason. They've given out 20,000 books to children in the area.
A key ingredient to the United Way's community impact goals of education, financial stability, and health in our community. Reading to children of all ages is one of the most exciting parts of my job. I personally love it. I read to my 2 sons when they were little. I now read to our 16-month-old granddaughter. But coming into the schools and reading, it gives us such joy, but it also really allows us to see how important of a project the Dolly Parton Imagination Library is. And if we can help one child who is a recipient of a book to do better in school, then it was all worth it.
And if you would like to learn more about the book program, you can call the United Way.
If somebody would like to become involved and sign their children up for the Dolly Parton Imagination Library, if you're having a baby, you can do it at Lehigh Valley Hospital, Hazleton, and Mrs. Yannick and her very fine maternity staff will be happy to sign you up. If you find out about this from this broadcast or elsewhere, you can call the United Way office at 570-455-9515. And Donna Giannuzzi will be happy to sign you up for the Dolly Parton Imagination Library.
Ward says currently 575 children are registered for the program. Coming up on Brook Hill's News Choice, it's Trooper Talk Tuesday, plus a whole new meeting to beer and baseball. Stay with us.
It's spring, and savings are in the air during the spring sales event at All-American Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Shop our large inventory and drive off with a great deal. Lease a new Jeep Compass Latitude 4x4 for $189 a month. And during Ram Truck Month, get select Ram 1500 4x4s for as low as $32,890. Or get 0% for 72 months on the Ram 1500. Savings are in the air during the spring sales event at All-American Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram.
The Helping Hand Society's annual telethon will be held live April 6th from Genetti Ballrooms in Hazel Township and broadcast on Wyln TV 35. Enjoy local and regional entertainment all day Saturday from noon until 11 p.m. The Helping Hand Society's annual telethon live from the Genetti Ballrooms, 1345 North Church Street in Hazel Township, Saturday, April 6th on Wyln TV 35.
Hi, I had a very minor fender bender tonight in an unreasonably narrow fast food drive-thru lane. Don't worry, I have everything handled. I already spoke to our Allstate agent, and I know that we have accident forgiveness, which is so smart on your guys' part. Like the fact that they'll
4 weeks without the car.
Okay, yep, good night.
With accident forgiveness, your rates won't go up just because of an accident. Switching to Allstate is worth it.
Visit your local Allstate agent, the McNeilis Agency in Hazleton at 1092 North Church Street, or in Hometown in the Hometown Village Square.
Welcome to Trooper Talk Tuesday here on Wyln, everyone. I'm Gary Perna. I'm pleased to have Trooper Francis McDonough, who is the recruiter here at PSB Hazleton. And today we're talking about his job and some of the requirements to become a state trooper and some of his job when he gets to go out and talk to everyone about it. So first of all, thanks so much for coming on.
Thank you.
So you are kind of relatively new to the recruiting position, but you've been a trooper for a while. So talk about your job as a recruiter. You know, what do you have to do? What are some of the things that, some events that you go to kind of talk to people about joining the state police?
Sure. I mean, as far as events, we attend colleges and universities in the area and career fairs as well. Last evening I was just at Central Columbia High School and attended a career fair there. So those are our two focuses, along with sporadic visits to local career links.
And there are, and we've talked about this in the past, but it's always a good idea to kind of keep this fresh in everyone's mind. There are requirements to become a Pennsylvania State Trooper. Now, you know, we've seen local municipality cops, they kind of follow one course, but it's a whole different breed when it comes to state police, correct?
Correct. The requirements to be a Pennsylvania State Trooper, the minimum age is 21 years of age. The educational requirement is 60 college credits.
Okay.
Now those credits can be substituted by military time. It must be 4 years active military time will substitute for the 60 credits, or 2 years active military substitutes for 30 credits. So you could have 2 years military and then 30 credits. Another substitute for the educational requirements are 4 years of according to our human resources, it is arrest powers. So local law enforcement or and prison guard falls under that as well.
So there are different things with this, and this is a kind of a lengthy application process. So somebody who's thinking about it, maybe they're a college senior or a high school senior, they're thinking about this path. From when the time you kind of get the application, fill it out, until maybe you're going to the academy, it could take some time.
Sure. I would say it takes a little bit over a year. And having said that, in order to apply for the test, you have to be 20 years old and 30 college credits. So with it taking over a year, by that time you would be 21 and you would obviously hopefully have the 60 college credits. If
somebody, you know, is in a career and they want a career change and they're thinking, you know, I want to go and I want to do this, and they're 38 or 39, do they still have time to make that cutoff?
They do, but the maximum age is 40 at the academy. So again, it takes a little over a year. So if you're 38, you better take the test now.
Now, I know probably one of the most common questions you get is the academy as rough as it sounds, or you see some videos or things. So what do you tell recruits who are worried about the academy?
Sure. It's a paramilitary academy. You need to be in shape, both physically and mentally. And to wear this uniform, I think the academy prepares you for that.
I know there's a lot that goes into it. When you go out and you're talking with high school and college students, and even everyday people who may be looking for that change, what's one piece of advice that you always give them about when they're thinking about this?
I would say you really have to want to do it. This isn't a job for everyone, but for people who are in similar situations like myself, it's a great career and I love it.
All right. So a lot of good information. So if you're thinking about becoming a Pennsylvania State Trooper, give the recruiters a call, look them up. You can go on the website, correct, to get information?
Correct. Our website is patrooper.com. That will answer just about every question you may have. Along with on the website, there is my contact information. Okay. So if they had any additional questions, they can contact me there.
All right, wonderful. So again, if you're thinking about it, not a bad career choice. If you want to be in law enforcement, great opportunity. The Pennsylvania State Police has been around for well over 100 years, and they've been doing some great things in keeping all of us safe here in the Commonwealth. Thanks for joining us here on Trooper Talk Tuesday. Think about it. Maybe there's some state troopers out there just waiting to get into the academy. We'll see you next time here on WYLN.
You've seen university advertising. A student like me pitching you the same old ideas. But I'm not gonna do that.
Instead, I'm gonna tell you what you can do with a Penn State degree. You can help anyone. Go anywhere. Create! And with 20 campuses to choose from, you'll always feel at home.
Look, Penn State is amazing, but your best years are just beginning. Come find out for yourself.
At Grand Central, our family has been supplying your family with quality brand name furniture, mattresses, and appliances for over 3 generations. Whether you choose from our excellent selection of Lazy Boy, Catnapper, or England furniture, or from our fantastic selection of Sealy and Stearns & Foster mattresses, we guarantee total comfort in every room of your home.
With expert advice, everyday low prices, plus interest-free financing for up to 60 months.
From our family to your family.
Grand Central in Hazleton. Everything to make your house a home.
Having an intimate gathering and don't want to wrestle in the kitchen? Call Whitetail and ask about their food-to-go catering menu. They'll do the cooking, you relax, and entertain your guests. Call Mike at 570-535-6123.
Two business owners in Tamaqua have been working to expand the opportunities for Tamaqua businesses and other community endeavors. Larry Pedora, owner and operator of Pedora's Italian Bakery, and John Ross from the restaurant at the Tamaqua station want the borough to install a train platform at the Tamaqua train station. The platform would enable passenger trains to offload passengers who might come to Tamaqua and take part in the many dining experiences available in the downtown or take in a show at the Tamaqua Community Arts Center. Reading Blue Mountain and Northern Railroad officials say they're looking to expand its passenger service. However, they need a platform or otherwise smooth level surface in order to disembark passengers. Tamaqua Borough officials say they like the idea and will look into it. It's a whole new take on baseball and beer. D.G. Yingling & Son and Philadelphia Phillies pitcher Aaron Nola have announced a unique partnership. Yingling has been sponsor of the Phillies since 2017. Now Nola is the first active Major League Baseball player to have a partnership with a beer brand. He says he's thrilled for the opportunity. It will mean personal appearances, special promotions for fans to meet the Philly All-Star, as well as Yingling fans could win a home vending machine. Nola says he's all about family, and with Yingling celebrating its 190th anniversary and the 6th generation leading the company, it's a perfect fit. The Helping Hands Society will be hosting its annual telethon coming up Saturday, April 6th. The organization is a nonprofit that serves special needs children and their families through educational and therapeutic services. The staff and children are busy getting ready for the 2019 telethon, which will be broadcast live Saturday, April 6th, right here on WYLN. The telethon will be held at Genetti's Ballrooms on South Church Street in Hazel Township. Once again, mark the calendar, the Helping Hands Telethon, Saturday, April 6th. You can watch it live from noon till 11 p.m. right here on WYLN. That's the news. Remember, you can get news updates on our WYLN News Facebook page. Now stay with us. A look at today's weather is next here on WYLN TV.
All Care Home Care, providing quality in home care since 1986. Call and see how their team of licensed physical therapists, skilled nurses, speech, and occupational therapists can provide you with exceptional service in the comfort of your own home. They also offer dietitian, home health aide, and medical social worker services. You have a choice in your health care. For safe, friendly, qualified care, call All Care Home Care today and let their team begin taking care of you and your loved ones.
Life in the Monastery, the new CD by the Sisters of Holy Annunciation Monastery, can be yours for only $18, which includes shipping and tax. Mail a check to Holy Annunciation Monastery, 403 West County Road, Sugarloaf, Pennsylvania 18249, or call 570-78-1205. This fantastic CD can be yours for only $18.